Hey, welcome to the corporate call. My name is Dr. Stan Harris. They call me Dr. Breakthrough, and just so you know, it's Dr. Breakthrough. I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. However, when people follow the breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides the breakthrough they desire and deserve. And a breakthrough is exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. And so, my friend, we are part of a breakthrough concept, a breakthrough company. We got a breakthrough CEO and Mr. Tom Alston. And my friend, we want you to make sure you have a breakthrough mindset, because whenever you want to get something accomplished, my friend, you're going to have to learn to break through the barriers. And one of the things we teach, barriers are not made to stop you. Barriers are actually made to stop those who are not sincere and those who are not committed. But to those of us who are sincerely committed, well, barriers were made to be broken. Well, I've got a gentleman out here, Mr. Chester Ray, who, oh my goodness, one of our members. And by the way, right before I get started here, let me just also mention that Shop Free Mart products have not been evaluated by the FDA, and we make no claims that our products treat, cure, or prevent disease. So it may be a good idea to have a doctor monitor your results whenever beginning any health regimen, especially if you're on medications for blood pressure, blood sugars. You may need to reduce these medications as your body returns to homeostasis. Shop Free Mart shares up to 90% of its profits, actually 100%, of its profit share value back with its members. And as a matter of fact, any profits shares that you receive will be based on your personal efforts of sharing the Shop Free Mart membership and opportunity with others. And also, just so you know, my friend, that I can't make any promises. It'd be unethical for me to promise you any income. It's all going to be based on, again, what you do. And I don't know what your work ethic is like. But I do know, my friend, for me, that we just passed our 4.5 month, and we actually multiple five-figure income. So it can be done if you're willing to work. Now, nothing works until you do. But I like to say, man, nothing works better than Shop Free Mart when you do. So, okay, let's go on over to Mr. Chester Ray, and let's unmute his line. So, Mr. Chester Ray, again, triple diamond on his way to ambassador. Welcome to the call, Chester.
Thank you.
You might need to unmute your line there, Chester.
Okay.
There you go. We can hear you now. All right. So, Chester, if you don't mind, we're going to do some role play. But before we do, how many? I know you've ordered about 19 different products, 19 different times, I should say. And do you have a testimony or two you want to share before we get started? And you and I are going to do some role play. We're going to actually do some training. But you've been really working this thing, and you've gotten some results. Obviously, for somebody to order 19 times, must be some good stuff. So tell us real quick, briefly, have you gotten any results from these products?
Yes, I have. Prior to becoming involved with Shop Free Mart, to give you a little bit of my history, I didn't claim what they said I had, but my medical records show that I had 3 heart attacks, I had prostate cancer, I had 2 discs removed, and I had prostate cancer. However, when I joined Shop Free Mart, I had severe arthritis in my right shoulder, and I began to take the dehydration drops along with the boron, and now I have no aches or pain. I'm not related to the arthritis brothers. I had to go to the hospital on June the 21st, and I went in, and oddly enough, they did not give me that selenium. And also, I have been told that I had diabetes. I've been told that for the last 27 years of my life. When I went in the hospital, they tested me. I did not have diabetes. I do no longer have diabetes. Thank God for those products from Shop Free Mart.
Wow. Incredible. And as a matter of fact, Chester, you just signed up for the 21-day breakthrough challenge. And one of the things we talk about in the 21-day breakthrough challenge is to make sure you have an accountability partner to get the maximum results. Now, some folks have got great results and incredible results, but you can make sure, because one of the main things I talk about is having an accountability partner. And Chester, you and I had a conversation earlier. So if you don't mind, we want to just kind of revisit that conversation and actually do a training so that people can see how I actually talk to people, work with people. Everybody was shocked when, they brought me aboard to be the chief breakthrough trainer. So I never would have to refer anybody. It's all about me promoting my 21-day breakthrough challenge. But because of the products, what they did for me, and I love the hydration drops, because I have every product. I love everything, but the nano card to me, I call it the breakthrough card. I have one. I used to put it under my pillow. Now I put it in the pillowcase on the top. Man, you don't get the best sleep ever. I've got one in my car where I get better gas mileage now. Went from 23.6 miles a gallon on the highway. The most I've gotten is all the way up to 33.5 miles per gallon. Also, I have one in my car, so it actually works as an air freshener. I mean, it's incredible. We got one in our refrigerator, keeps our fruits and vegetables fresh for a week. Whenever I'm in town, my wife, like this morning, maybe some fresh carrots, celery, apple, cucumber. She just mixes all kind of fresh veggies. And but we noticed with that card in our refrigerator, it keeps the fruits and vegetables fresh for extra week. And as a matter of fact, when I first got my first set of cards in, we had gotten a couples massage, and they found a little on my left thigh. They said there was a little knot there. They said, it looks like you're holding stress. So they said, we rubbed that out, it's going to hurt. I'm like, man, I'm a man. I can take it, right? And, well, guess what? That thing would hurt so bad. I was like, oh. And so, make a long story short, I've heard on one of the calls where if you have pain, just tape it wherever you have the pain when you go to bed. And I taped it on my thigh, my left thigh. I went to bed that night, woke up in the morning, the pain was gone. I was like, oh. And so, folks, we got products literally that work. And when we're talking about sharing the love, that is, how is it that you could have great results? See, Chester had such great results. He couldn't keep it to himself. So he's got 9 people that signed up, and I looked in his back office. I said, hey, if all 9 of those people were to order, you would already be an ambassador, and that's the level where you start making 50%. So anyway, so I was sharing with him those things. So Chester, we're going to just role play. And, folks, I want you to jot some of these things down, and you're going to find out how, like I said, once I got my own testimonials, literally 20 days from the time I started recruiting people, I was already at the very top of the company. It's called Crown. 23 days after that, I made Crown 2. 24 days after that, I made Crown 3. And so now we will do Crown 4 now by the end of the month. I told my wife I was going to take a break, but I think we'll hit Crown 4 now that I see the increase in the compensation plan. So, Chester, I'm ready to role play. You ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
All right, we'll show them how it's done. So, folks, here's what I ask people these questions. Now, I'm going to do it with the 21-day breakthrough challenge. But listen, you can do this with the hydration drops. I mean, you can do this with the nano. You can do this with pretty much anything. You just have to tailor it to that product. So I'm going to tailor it right now to the 21-day breakthrough challenge. When I was connected to this company because Pastor Sam Gilliard in Jacksonville, Florida, he took the challenge and his life was transformed. He got a hold of Liddy, was on one of her calls, and said, Liddy, you need to take the 21-day breakthrough challenge. She took the challenge. Then she got 37 of her teammates to take the challenge. Their lives are so changed. She got me on the phone with Mr. Austin, and so he negotiated me giving them a deal, and then we would collaborate, my company, my training company, Dr. Breakthrough LLC, to connect with his company, which is Shop Free Mart. I call it International Discounted Buyers Club. And so anyway, make a long story short, my friend, that's how that all happened. So I'm going to concentrate. This conversation will be on the 21-day breakthrough challenge, but just know I teach what's called transcendent principles, okay? I teach transcendent principles, which means it works in every situation. So any product you could use this with. You could use this with the virtual business card. You could use it, so anything, but we're going to, Chester, for this we're going to do it with the 21-day breakthrough challenge. So that's role play. And so, again, let's say I'm talking to him on the phone, and if I met him in person, by the way, I've done this with people in person, but we did this over the phone. So again, Chester, man, it's good to talk to you. I know we've been talking here for a few moments. Chester, do you mind? Can I ask you a question or two?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay. By the way, I learned that from my wife. Just asking people's permission is incredible. So I want you to notice something. I'm going to start off asking questions, and then I'm going to take the information that he gives me and lead him to make a decision. Now, just so you know, for all practical purposes, he had already made the decision, okay? But I was showing him how he could help his teammates make the decision and get paid, get rewarded for sharing this with good people. So anyway, Chester, so the question is this then. Would you like to get one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less, or would you like to just be broken down?
No, 21 days or less.
Okay. So you'd like to get one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less. So the question then is this then. So would you like to do that sooner or later?
I'd like to do it sooner.
Okay. So Chester, so another question then is, how soon is soon to you?
Today.
Wow. Okay. So Chester, man, I mean, that's exactly the answer I was given as well. So, but Chester, do you mind? I've got a little 4-minute call. I want to just dial you into this information that's going to help you to get what you said you wanted, and that is you wanted to get one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less. That's correct, right?
Correct. Yes.
All righty. So I'm going to just dial in, and all I need you to do is listen really well, and then at the end, I'm going to ask you a question of what you like best about what you heard. So I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to ask you what do you like best about what you're about to hear. Okay, but hold on 1 second, please. As Dr. Breakthrough, I declare this is your season for breakthrough. I say it's time to break through. It's breakthrough time. Because, see, you were genetically encoded to experience breakthroughs. It's part of your very DNA. As a matter of fact, your first breakthrough was when you beat over 40 million sperm cells to the womb and broke through the walls. You beat them all. You came in first place. So you are championship material. Your second breakthrough was your actual birth, when you broke through the walls and came out of your mother's womb. You may not have been aware of it until now, but you, my friend, you are a breakthrough master. So the challenge has been issued. Do what you were designed to do, and that is break through every barrier that tries to hinder your success. This is your birthright. This is your destiny. And my 21-day breakthrough challenge will give you the step-by-step formula that you've been looking for. So now is the time to break free from procrastination, from doubt, from fear, from others' negative opinion. Now is the time to break free and to succeed. See, you are unstoppable. You can only be deceived into thinking you can be stopped. And so, my friend, it's time for you to join over 10,000 people or more this month who will join the Breakthrough Challenge. As a matter of fact, someone said, if you want to quadruple your success, you have to triple what you circulate in personal development. It was my good friend Les Brown that said, information costs, but it pays for itself 10 times over. As Dr. Breakthrough, I say what you put in your head that affects your heart determines what comes to your hand. If you want more coming to your hand, you got to put more in your head that affects your heart. It was Jim Rohn, the foremost business philosopher, that said, a personal development, he said, is so powerful because he said a formal education can help you make a living, but personal development can help you make a fortune. So Dr. Breakthrough says, why just make a living when you can make a fortune so you can be blessed to be a blessing to others? So wouldn't you like to experience a breakthrough in your financial life, a breakthrough in your spiritual life, a breakthrough maybe in relationships? What about a technological breakthrough? There's over 18 different areas you can experience a breakthrough. Join the many, like one man who had a breakthrough and received $20,000 before he even finished the Breakthrough Challenge. Or what about one lady that said on lesson number 4, she said, Dr. Breakthrough, if you never taught anything else, that one lesson alone will be worth the price of the whole course. You see, my friend, it's your time. You now, my friend, are being positioned to prosper. So will you take the challenge? See, it only takes one person, one decision, or one action to change your life forever. You are that person. You must decide, and you must take action. So get back to whoever invited you and said, yes, I'm ready to take this breakthrough challenge. As a matter of fact, we will actually compensate you for helping us to get others to take the challenge. And so, my friend, it's the start that stops most people. Don't let the start stop you. Get back to whoever invited you and take your 21-day breakthrough challenge so that you can position yourself to prosper. Because as I say, it's breakthrough time. No, let me say it the better way. It's your breakthrough time.
Press 1 to listen to this.
All righty. So, Chester, so let me ask you this question. So what do you like best about what you just heard?
That it's my breakthrough time.
Well, I like that too, man. It is your time. So Chester, that's the reason why you need to right now, we need to open up your free account with Shop Free Mart so you can now get what you said you wanted, get your breakthrough since it's your time. And by the way, it's over 50% off. So when you did it through Shop Free Mart. So let's go ahead and get you logged in and let's sign up, get this 21-day breakthrough challenge so we can get you on your way to get the breakthrough that you know that you said you want, that you desire, because it's your time. And I agree with you. It's your time. And so let's get you started right now. Is that all right?
That's fine.
All righty. Now, folks, let me tell you something. By the way, oftentimes, here's another little secret weapon I'm going to give you. If you're in your back office, I don't I don't trust people to sign up. Just listen to me now. People are busy. It's not that I don't trust them. It's that I understand how busy people are. So here's the way I normally do things. If you're in your back office, by the way, now if you're in person, you can't do this. Or if you're not by your computer, you can't do this. But if you are, then you can click on the home page or the About Us page, and then at the top it says Register a New Member. And so I just click on that Register New Member, and I'll do something. So here's what I normally do. So, Chester, I'm right in front of my computer now, so we're going to get you started. And so I'm putting in your username. I'm just using your first and last name. Now, notice, I just told him what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Now, and Chester, you probably picked up. I started asking you questions, but now I'm telling you things. Are you with me? By the way, folks, write this down. Selling is not something you do to someone. Selling is something you discover with someone. Oh, that's good right there. I should say that again. I said selling is not something you do to someone. It's something you discover with someone. So Chester and I discovered that he wanted to get one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less, and he wanted to do it right sooner rather than later. And when I said how soon is soon, he said right now. And then he said what he likes best is his time to get his breakthrough. So I'm putting in your username. I'm using your first and last name. And then the password, Chester, I'm just going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because it makes it simple. It's my system. It's easy to remember. And you can always go in there and change it if that's okay with you. Okay? And now I'm typing in confirm it. And so first name, of course, I have Chester. And last name, Bray. And then Chester, your email. And then I would ask him for his email, type it in. And then your phone number, and I would type that in. And then, Chester, they're just asking for an address. And so I would type in his address and then just click the thing. I'm not a robot. Hit submit, and bam, it's done. Now, I do one or two things. I do it this way. I say, now, Chester, it's really simple. I've got my own merchant account right on my phone. I can just take the payment right now over the phone to make it real simple. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer money because the company lets me do this. I can transfer money from my commissions into your back office and pay for that 21-day breakthrough challenge, or I just transfer the money into your back office and then walk you through that. So what would work best? Like I said, I could just right now do your credit card right over the phone and have it taken care of and send my commissions, or you can now right now log in if you're buying a computer, and then you can just put your credit card information in, click on the shop tab, and click on the 21-day breakthrough challenge. Which one would work best for you?
My credit card.
Okay. So, folks, listen to me carefully. I can't even tell you how many people that say to me, "Oh, well, if you're right there, can you just go ahead and do it?" Now, sometimes some people are like, "Well, okay, I'll just go in there and do it." And so here's what in that case, here's what I do. I'll say something like this. I'll say, "Chester, then how about this?" So you're buying a computer, you can go in there yourself and click on you're going to click on the shop tab and then 21-day challenge, and then you're going to just go ahead and sign up for that. And it'll take care of that. But let me ask you a question, though. I just want to make sure I'm being all the way fair with you, because we've got what's called a Breakthrough Freedom Pack. Because right now what you're getting is the Breakthrough Challenge, but we got a Breakthrough Freedom Pack, which will give you that challenge plus 3 of our premium products. And one of our products alone, I was talking to the owner, John Austin, and he said with one of the other companies, it would be about $50,000 worth of the value that we give a person for literally for pennies a day. So here's what I'm saying. So you can get this breakthrough challenge, this 21-day breakthrough challenge, or you can do like most people do when I ask them a series of questions. And again, you will have to decide for yourself. I just want you to make an informed decision, and that is, and so you would like to have as many facts as you can that make the right decision for you and your family, right, Chester?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So the Breakthrough Freedom Pack, I know it's going to sound almost too good to be true, but get ready. I don't know if you have a seatbelt where you are. You might need one, but here's what happens. You're going to get the 21-day Breakthrough Challenge. You're going to get 3 of our premium products, and it's a coupon that allows you to get 3 of those products. And also, you're going to get $25,000. You heard me right. $25,000. Don't think now. $25,000 worth of real bonuses like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day vacation stays, 7-day resort stays. There's cruises. As a matter of fact, there's some electronics that if you just pay the shipping for, they'll send you those electronics absolutely free. So imagine, because sometimes when I speak, I'll hold up a $20 bill and I'll say, the first one that hands me a $10 bill, I'll give you 20 in exchange for the 10 that you give me, I'll give you a 20. And Chester, people come running, and the first person I usually give that $20 bill, they give me the 10. And so I asked everybody in the audience, I said, no, maybe some of y'all, you didn't get there in time, or you thought you didn't think I was serious. But how many of you, if I was going to do that again and say, I've got a 20, you give me a 10, I'll give you 20. How many of you would find a $20 bill, get a $10 bill, to give to me so I can give you the $20 bill? And Chester, guess how many people raised their hand? When I say, how many of you, if I was to be willing to give you a 20 in exchange for 10, how many of you be willing to do that? Guess how many people raised their hand?
All of them?
Everybody. Because why? If you give me a 10 and I give you a 20, it's like double your money. Like what? Like that just makes too much sense, right? Well,
right.
Guess what? Again, I don't. Sometimes when I'm speaking, then I'll hold up a $10 bill and I'll say, the first person now that gives me a 5, I'm gonna give you this 10, right? And guess what? People start running, and somebody gives me the 5, and guess what? I give them the 10, and I ask the audience the same question. Now, how many of you, if I had enough to give everybody in this room, how many of you would say, okay, if you give me a $10 bill, I'll be willing to give you a $5 bill for a $10 bill all day long, all day, all night, 24/7, 7 days a week. How many of you would want that? And guess what, Chester? They all say me. Why? Because it's like instant. You give a 5, you get a 10. That's called a good deal. And a good deal, you should act on it when? Right away.
Right away.
Then, Chester, you're not going to believe this, man. I really get down. And so I take the 5 and I hold it up. I said, now, whoever has a $1 bill, the first one to give me a $1 bill, I'm going to give you this 5. Well, what do you think happens? Everybody starts what? Running up, right?
Yes.
So the first person that gives me the $1 bill, I give them the 5. And then I ask the audience again, how many of you, if I were going to give you, everybody raise their hand and say, yes. Why would you be willing for me to give you a 5 in exchange for 1? Because that's 5 times the money. I mean, I'd be willing to double the money, a 10 for a 20, a 5 for a 10. But man, give you a $1 bill, you give me a 5. That's 5 times. I do that. Then, Chester, it gets really crazy because then I hold up the dollar and I say, the first person to give me a penny, anything, just give me you can have this dollar. And somebody runs up, So if somebody gives me a penny, of course, that's like 100 times. So in other words, and I ask the audience, how many of you, if I was going to say for everybody in here, I would do that for you, give you $1, you just give me a penny. And how many of you be willing to do it? And Chester, what's the answer? How many people are willing to let me give them $1 in exchange for a penny?
All of them.
Exactly,
Everybody.
all of them. Everybody. And I'll ask them, how often would you allow me to give you $1 for a penny? And would you believe their answer is as many times as you're willing to do it? And the reason, Chester, is because what? It's a good deal. When there's a good deal, you should act on it when?
Right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
It's a good deal, right? So again, when it's a good deal, we should act on it right away. And so, Chester, here's the good deal. The company says, if you just give us $199 one time, how many times, Chester?
One time.
One time. So I'm not talking about 199 this month, 199 the next month. 100. No. 199 one time. Only 199 one time. Only how much now?
$199.
And you're going to get $25,276 worth of products and services. Oh my goodness! So if people would say, "I'll take a 20," I'll give you a 10 for a 20 all day long. I'll give you a 5 for a 10 all day long. I give you $1 for a 5 all day long. I give you a penny for $1 all day long. What would you do if somebody says, "I'll give you 25,000"? I'm giving you my 199, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm doing it quick. And so, Chester, and again, you know what your money is like, but I would recommend if you decide to do the 199 because that'll position you and give you a whole lot better. And then guess what, Chester? If anybody you find that wants to get the same great deal that you got, and I think everybody in the world would want it if they really understood it, the company's going to pay you $75 every time somebody gets their free membership through your link and then orders their Breakthrough Freedom Pack. They're going to give you $75 for every person. So, Chester, how many of your friends, your family, how many strangers would you even like to help them get that Breakthrough Freedom Pack so they can get over $25,000 and you can make $75? It's called a win-win-win. And I like to say if it's not win-win-win, I'm not in. But when it's win-win-win, my wife and I say we're all the way in. So, Chester, what about you? How many people, how many friends, how many family, how many strangers would you like to help to get them to $25,207 worth of products and services, and you get rewarded $75 every time? How many people would you like to share that with?
All of them. Start with
Exactly. So we can actually go ahead and do that. So anyway, so thank you very much, Chester. I appreciate that, man. We're going to meet you back out now. But folks, this is powerful. This is practical. And see, when people just don't understand, if you can follow instructions. Somebody says it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy in the right cat. And here's what I'm trying to tell you. As leaders, and if you're going to be successful, you need to be a leader. As leaders, and I'm not talking about being dictators. Dictators try to tell people what to do. But leaders, what a leader does, a leader gathers information from people, and then the leader, get this now, decides for people what they would decide if they were good at making decisions. See, most people aren't good at making decisions. How do you know? Well, go to a restaurant. Look at people. They're looking at the menu. They look at it over and over again, and then they can't make up their mind. Well, I'm probably overboard, I'll admit. But usually when I go to some place, usually 9 times out of 10, I already know what I want before I walk in the door, okay? And the last thing I want is somebody to try to tell me what they think is good. I don't mean no harm, and I know some of you are different. That's okay. When you get to talk, you can tell about your way, but I'm telling you this way I am. Don't tell me what you think I ought to order. I don't care what you think. I know what I want. I know what I like. Now, my wife, on the other hand, she'll say, hey, what's real good or whatever else. I just don't operate that way, okay? And everybody's different. That's fine. But I am, and I told you that's extreme maybe, Not extreme for me. It works great for me. It helped me to go to the top of 7 different companies. It helps me. But anyway, well, it works great for me. But here's what I'm saying. Here's the principle, though. We don't want to be dictators where we're telling people what to do. We want to be real leaders where we gather information, and a real leader gathers enough information so the leader can then guide the person to make the good decision that the person would make if they were good at making decisions. So what I'm saying is this. So I started off asking, first of all, I asked him permission to even ask him a question, right? Then I started asking him questions, so I want to engage and make sure he's in the conversation. I'm not talking at him. We're talking with him. And by the way, you notice I use his name over and over and over and over again. Why? Because a person's name is that's the magic weapon to them. That's the magic sauce to them. That's the magical word to them, right? Whether they admit it or not. We love being called by our name or a nickname. And sometimes when I'm talking to people, I say, hey, what do you like being called, right? And they tell me, and I'll do that over and over again. By the way, it'll also help you remember people's names. See, the reason you forget people's names is because they tell you their name and you never repeat it. So when someone tells me their name, I'll usually, now Chester's pretty common, but a lot of times I would say something like, well, okay, Chester, so do you spell your name Chester the regular way, or do you have a different spelling for your name? Because, some of these young folks these days, they spell things different. And he probably would say, no, I spell it the regular way. Okay, so it's Chester, Chester, right? Right. Okay. So you see what I've just done? I've asked him, so now he repeated it, and then I've spelled it out. So am I going to forget Chester's name? Probably not. But watch this. That's just the beginning. So now, if you notice, every time I said, hey, Chester, do you mind if I ask you a question? He said, no, I don't mind. Okay, Chester. So the question is, you see, I'm using his name. So I'm not forgetting his name. So subconsciously and psychologically, by the way, he's impressed that I know his name. He's impressed that I call him by his name. And by the way, sometimes I'll stop and say, hey, you know what? I just want to make sure I'm getting your name right. So tell me your name again one more time and give me the proper spelling. Right? Sometimes, because sometimes you have a little brain fog. Maybe you forgot to take your Pure Gold. Pure Gold is a product, by the way, that we have that can help increase your intellect by 20 to 25 points. I need all the help I can get, so I take my Pure Gold. But anyway, and it has some other great benefits as well. So watch this, my friend. So you might say, you know what? I just want to make sure I got your name right. Give me your name again. The spelling, watch this. Here's the way I make it slick so they didn't pick up on the fact that I forgot the name. So give me the spelling again of your first and last name just so I'll make sure I got it right. Then they're spelling it out, and guess what? I'm saying it in my head 2 or 3 times to make sure I have it. So now I have it. So notice again, I asked him a bunch of questions. So Chester, can I ask you a question? He said yes. So would you like to get one or more, notice this, one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less? By the way, I'm going to bring Chester back on. I forgot. He asked me a question that was pretty powerful. So Chester, I'm going to bring you back on, and hopefully there's no background noise there. So I see, Chester, were you able to get back on? I unmuted you. You might need to unmute your
yes.
Should be muted. Okay. So what's that question you asked me? Do you remember that question about what if they?
I asked you. I said, suppose they tell you what I want to think about it.
Okay. Good. Great. There you go. Great. So just said. So suppose they say I want to think about it, and here would be my response. By the way, I would like, wow. Well, first of all, I didn't. I don't know. I thought you were serious when you said, you wanted to one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less, and I asked you, did you want it sooner or later? You said sooner. I asked you how soon. You said right now. I apologize. I thought you were serious. However, you might need more time, and that's fine. So then you take the time you need, and then let me know when you're ready. As a matter of fact, how much time would you need? Maybe a week, and you can let me know within a week. See, write this thought down. Write this thought down, by the way. People don't do what you expect, but they usually do what you inspect. So people don't always do what you expect. However, they tend to do what you inspect. However, you've got to learn to inspect without becoming suspect. Oh, that's good. Man, I'm dropping some heavy stuff. I hope y'all appreciating this right now. I said, listen, So people, now, by the way, sometimes people do what you expect, but rarely do people do what you inspect, but they usually always do what you inspect. Anybody has children know exactly what I'm talking about. You can expect all you want, but you better add some inspection to your expectation, right? So people don't always do what you expect, but they usually always do what you inspect. However, you have to learn to inspect without becoming suspect. And so that's the reason why I asked the question. So I'll say something like this then. In this case with Chester, how about this? How about Friday? By Friday, they'll give you all the time to think about what you need. And as a matter of fact, Chester, let's do this. I'm going to give you a phone number. I want you to write this down. I'm going to give you the phone number that you can call 24/7. And as a matter of fact, you might end up making up your mind tonight, and you might want to get started. And this is the number that I dialed in to listen to, and you can just get people on the phone. You can do just exactly like I did. So here's the number, and you want to write this down. And so, Chester, let me unmute you again. I got to demonstrate this again now. So let me unmute the line here. So, Chester, are you out there? Can you get something to write with and something to write on, please?
Yes.
All right. So the number is 646.
646.
Yes, 653.
653.
1831.
1831.
Yeah, now just repeat that to me again one more time. Make sure we got it.
646 653 1831.
And you can call that number 24/7. As a matter of fact, actually, it's a number that I pay for every month, but I make it available just to bless people. And so, anyway, so then you can call that and you can have that. Now, but here's the deal. So Chester, again, he has the number, and so Friday we're gonna check back with you. So what's a good time for us to talk again Friday? 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time? Which one of those, 7, 8, or 9? Which one works for you best?
Well, 2 o'clock in the afternoon will be better for me.
Oh, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Okay, let me check my, let's see. Okay, it's going to be tight, but I think we'll squeeze it in. Okay, so 2 o'clock. So as a matter of fact, let's do this, Chester. You call me at 2 o'clock. If I don't hear from you by 2:01 or 2:02, then I'll call you, okay?
Great.
All right, good. All right, so folks, you see the way that works. And by the way, there's some people that they're like, well, I don't know if because again, I'm going right for the juggler. I've asked them questions. They gave me answers. Now I'm taking their answers. By the way, write this down. People don't do things for your reasons. They only do things for their own. Chester told me why he wanted to take the challenge. Chester told me he wanted it sooner rather than later. He told me he wanted it right away. So that's why I automatically start signing him up, right? And by the way, if he said he needed time to think about it, I'm like, well, look, I'm still going to give you your free site now, your membership now. And then Friday, I'm sure by the time you have time to think, you're going to be like most other people, and you're going to decide with it, I'm sure, because you want to get that breakthrough in one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less. And by the way, Chester, we also, I just thought about this also. Now, we talked about remember I talked to you earlier about having an accountability partner. So let me just say the 21-day breakthrough challenge works great, but when you have an accountability partner, you can get even better results. So if I were you, I'd call a few folks, and get them on the challenge. So here's the thing. The company's going to pay you $20 every time you get someone to sign up to take the challenge for the reason they want to take the challenge. Different people have different reasons. And by the way, one training alone, I give 18 different breakthroughs the person can have. But anyway, so here's the key. If you find 3 people to take the challenge with you, then you can be accountability partners. Like I think one day, Chester, I think day 2, I'm not sure what it is, but I'll say something like, you desire a breakthrough, deserve a breakthrough, and determined to get a breakthrough because in the mind of God, you're already broken through. And then I'll say something like, I want you to write that down, but personalize it. So it'll be like this, Chester. Chester desires a breakthrough. Chester deserves a breakthrough. Chester is determined to get a breakthrough because in the mind of God, Chester is already broken through. So do you see how that means more, Chester, when you personalize it? You see how that has a greater effect on you? Okay, so there's different lessons. So the accountability partner just kind of helps. Just like if you're going to the gym. I mean, I went to the gym already today. I'll go back again. But most people need, if you have a workout partner, you're going to make sure you go now because that workout partner, especially if you have a trainer. But anyway, so what I'm saying, an accountability partner. But if you get 3, if you have accountability group, now guess what? If you just got this challenge, you only paid $49.99, but you got 3 partners to do it with you. You made $60, which means your challenge is now free plus your $10 already in advance. Now, if you did the Breakthrough Freedom Pack and you got 3 people, now you made $75 each. So that's $225. You only paid $199, which means you got your 21-day challenge and your 3 premium products free and the $25,000. You got all that free plus you got $26 in profit. Man, and there's no limit, by the way. There's no limit. So again, every person you sign up with the 21-day challenge, you make $20. Every person you sign up with the Breakthrough Challenge, you make $75, and there's no limit. And by the way, you're going to get a free landing page that actually that promotes that, and I'll walk you through that. So I don't know about you, Chester, but this sounds like the best thing I've ever heard since sliced bread.
Sure.
All righty. Well, hey, thank you very much. So, folks, I trust you got some value. I'm going to put it in Q&A mode and see if you have a question about that. But again, as a leader, notice what I did. I asked questions, and then once I got the questions, then I led them. I made the decision for them that they would make if they were good at making decisions. And again, they always have veto power. I've had people in the middle of me signing them up stop them and say, oh. And by the way, when I get to the address, I always say, so I want to get the address so they can know where to send the check. Right? That gets them every time. But anyway, but I ask the questions and I guide them gently. Then I start taking over and I start leading them and they follow. And you want to guide people to the promised land. So I guide them to having greater health. I guide them to having better wealth. And I guide them to having more wisdom through the 21-Day Breakthrough Challenge or the Advanced Breakthrough Challenge, or, of course, one of my books, How to Build a Big Team Fast. By the way, if you get the book, How to Build a Big Team Fast, what I just taught you, you pick that up in the book. I really just taught you from some principles that's in that book, and you get that book and How to Build Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed. So, again, thank you for joining us. If you've got a question, I'm going to put in Q&A mode. You just hit *6, and then you're going to hit the 1, and you'll be able to ask a question, okay? Here we go. All righty, who's got a question about something that we covered today? I gave you some information that would help you in signing up people. By the way, if you've not yet signed up for the 21-Day Breakthrough Challenge, if Mr. John Austin, the CEO, if he took the challenge, if Mr. Tom Green took the challenge, if Tassel, Daily Crown Ambassador, took the challenge, has more people on our team than anybody in the company, if Dr. Wheaton has taken the Breakthrough Challenge, and by the way, they not just him and Dr. Tassel not just took the challenge, they took the 10-day advance. They also both got the books. Okay, we've got a question there. Let me unmute that line there. Yes, sir.
Good morning. This is Sergio, Mr. Fantastic from Montreal. Wow, that was fantastic, unbelievable. What would be this meeting number? Do you know the number?
Okay, I do not know the number. I'll tell you what. Let's see here. Because sometimes it changes. If you call right away, obviously it's just £1. Other than that, it should be. Let me see here. Let me look under recordings here. It should be 1049, but so 1049 is what this recording should be. I actually also can make it into it'll be in the back office, by the way, usually it takes them a day, but 1049 if you want to call back in, and I'll probably make it into an MP4, and so if you text me, I can send that to you or inbox me on Facebook or something, but my personal cell number is 717 area code 275-3508. That's Dr. Stan Harris, a.k.a. Dr. Breakthrough, 717-275-3508. Also, I've got a website, freebreakthroughpresentation.com, freebreakthroughpresentation.com, and I think I'll make this into an MP3, and there's a new tab in your back office under trainings. It's called Dr. Breakthrough Training, and I'll
Thank you very, very much. It's unbelievable the way how you explain it, so simple about the questions. And I've been around in this industry for over 35 years, and it's unbelievable. So I really, really appreciate everything that you're doing for all of us. Thank you one more time. Thank you very much. Thank you.
If you can spot it, it's because you got it. So you, Mr. Fantastic, you got to be fantastic. No, I'm fantastic. Come on, somebody. So, all righty. All righty, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate